Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. If you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast with your hosts, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas and Cam Stewart in Toronto. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Thursday, April 29th. 2021. And now live from Las Vegas, your host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. It's the Hockey Betting Podcast.ca. We'll take you into the weekend. What a weekend. We got the NFL Draft and the Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby. So there's a lot on the docket. We love the hockey, Cam, but going to be paying attention, but a little distracted. A lot of good stuff going on this weekend.
Oh, you're telling me, buddy. Yeah, no, and this Kentucky Derby is going to be a wide open race, Brian. Like we know we have the favorite there, but I think there's a lot of horses a little bit deeper that we can find a way to make some money. Hopefully, in one of our bomb plays, we can hit some exotics, and then we'll have money, Brian, and then we could take our dream trip to Nashville that we talked about this morning.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, hey, you want to make some money? Islanders and Rangers here on a Thursday night. I would play the under 2.5.
Yeah.
No,
I will say this, Brian. This is the spot. I actually feel good about this game. I've already bet the Islanders at plus 108. I think it's down to like plus 104.
If they win, that's the end of the Rangers. I mean,
that's the thing. And the thing is, the Islanders have been playing really bad, and they had a bad streak, and they got out of it with one good game against the Rangers. And I'm kind of predicting that they're going to do the exact same thing. Kind of a theory for the Thursday night card. I'm going to take a few dogs, and even if we split with the plus money, I think we can make money. And I think the Islanders fit the bill tonight. The Rangers have been playing easier games. And I think the Islanders, you got to admit, Brian, like Barry Trotz is going to go bananas pretty soon. This is a good spot for them to beat a rival.
Yeah. And then Philly and the Rangers, the one thing I'm kicking myself, the game the other night, I'm a dope. It was a gift from the.
You're a dope? You should have seen my sides last night. I should have just played totals. I was brutal.
No, I'm saying I should have played the over in the Philly Jersey game in the first.
Yeah.
4-3 was the final. And but now, in just the way they play, I think they're both out of it. And we said if teams are out of it, you play the high-scoring games. But all year long, over in the first game, under in the second. So I'm probably going to be on the shelf, Cam, just because I squandered the first opportunity. But I don't trust these teams to play an under game.
Here's the thing, Brian. I don't trust them to play an under game either. I would probably take the over. I don't see any way that these teams can't get to at least 6. I think the 6.5s are popping up. If you can find a 6, I think at worst you're going to push. And like this game, I'm looking at the small dog again. Let's take a look at the last 2 games that these teams have played. Philadelphia was down 2 goals. They pulled their goalie, tied it up, and won in a shootout. Lucky. And New Jersey won the last game. What was it, 6-4 or 5? Whatever. They scored an empty net. I think it was 6-4. So New Jersey's gotten the better of these guys. They're at home and the dog in the spot. You don't have to twist my arm. Give me New Jersey in the over and the Islanders. Those are actually games that I like. The early games on the cards is the one that I'm betting.
I know you well.
Yeah, sometimes they do some stupid things.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Carolina is playing for.
Oh, I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole.
Wait a minute. Carolina's laying $4. They're $3.85. Detroit beat them the last 2 times they played them.
I know. I think Carolina wins this game. I don't even think it's parlay material. What do you do? What about the total? Detroit, they played that game with Dallas. Everything's like 1-0, 2-1. It kind of lean under 5.5, but there's nothing I love about this game. I want to take a shot with Detroit, Brian, but I got to be honest with you. I'm a little bit gun shy. I did well with the totals last night, but I got absolutely rocked. Like I needed Colorado, they lost. I needed Arizona, they lost. There's another game. Oh yeah, LA I had in parlays. They lost late to Anaheim. It was really tough on the side. So
you know
I'm not going to step in. I'm not going to step in with Carolina at that price. I'm going to let this game go.
Well, here's what I would say to you. The Hurricanes will not, you would believe, take them lightly. And Carolina is sitting with a 2-point lead over Florida, a 1-point lead over the Lightning, and, oh, by the way, are 1 point behind Vegas for first overall. So I think
A game?
Huh?
They play their A game.
I think
Carolina brings
well,
it.
if you're Carolina and all the good work you've done, and you sit there and go, we blew 2 games against these guys the last 2 times. They're not coming in here. It's probably Sasquatch foot.
You know what? You're right, Brian. But so how do you play this game? You either take Carolina in the puck line or you have them in parlays. Yeah. There's no way you could lay that juice. That's just suicide. So,
no hockey team is $4 over a hockey. Another
exactly. Hockey. But you don't even like laying over a quarter, so I know you're not laying over close to $4.
Well, how about this? Puck line's minus $1.40. All right, next.
Yeah.
Next. I don't know.
It tells you all you need to know. If you have to lay 40 cents honestly, for a team winning by 2 goals, the books think Carolina's murdering these guys, and you don't want to lay that juice.
I'll tell you what. It's Detroit or the over or nothing for me. Let's go. We'll end that.
Okay.
Pittsburgh and Washington. Interesting game. Pens. How about this? What am I missing? The Pens are 20 cents on the road?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm going to tell you this. I don't like this game.
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin's not around. That's the thing. But I'll tell you, Pittsburgh's been playing better, and they deserve more respect. And you talked about it, Brian. They've been actually really hot. Carter's been a nice acquisition to the team. As for Washington, they're playing very good systematic playoff hockey already. The way they methodically choked out the Islanders like a python 1-0 in that game. They've been good. Sorry, my analogies are sometimes pretty stupid, but it was it's true actually. They were the python. They squeeze. I'll tell you, I'm gonna pass on this game. It's got. I want to take Pittsburgh, but I don't like betting against Washington. That's why I told you I love the Islanders tonight. I love New Jersey, and I like the over 6 in that game.
All right, this one to me. Boston's, again, this is honestly, come on, man. This is insane. They're $4 favorites over the Sabres, and they've owned them this year. But again, the Sabres have been a markedly better team of late, and I believe the Sabres beat them the last time they played.
Yes, they did. We were on them. It was like a weekend game, right?
And the kid, Pekka Luukkonen, their rookie. He's only played a handful of games. He won that game. He won the game. Final was 6-4. Buffalo was killing them, and the Bruins come back at. Maybe first of it set here. All right, I know Rask is playing. I'd play over the total, and honestly, talk about would it be the craziest thing to do a $10 parlay, Detroit and Buffalo?
Actually, I got one that's better. There's a team that I like better in the parlay. I would probably put Buffalo in the parlay. I don't like Detroit. The more I think about it, you got me with Carolina. Carolina's going to murder guys tonight. I'm actually going to. I'll even lay. I found 1.5 minus 130. I'm betting it. I don't care if it's 30 cents. You said it. They've lost to Detroit. This is a Carolina spot. We'll go a little bit deeper on the card, but I think Buffalo could be live, and I like the over as well, 5.5. But I will give you another dance partner, Brian, and I think you know which team it is.
We'll get there. Will we, Cameron? Florida, Chicago. Florida's minus $1.65. How about the total? Look at the total. You get a 6.5. But you know what, bud?
Over.
Is Chicago deflated?
Chicago's done. I don't know how to measure teams' mental state because I thought Arizona was done, and I thought the Sharks are done, and they find a way to beat Arizona. Brian, I don't play a psychologist with. We're talk show hosts. I don't play a psychologist as my other job. I don't know what the hell these teams, their motivation. Have they quit? Will they play? I can tell you one thing. Florida's a better team, and they're in a race. I think they beat Chicago. I don't like the juice. How's that?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I know. What do we say?
This is not an
no, you have to. No, you have to be Dr. Phil.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm the opposite of Dr. Phil. I got my own problems. I can't tell people's mindsets. Yeah, Brian, you've seen the way I look in my hair. I look like the Unabomber.
No, I'm Dr. Phil dealing with. I'm Dr. Phil dealing with you.
No, I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna have to take Florida in this spot, but I don't like the juice. Maybe on the puck line and parlayed.
All right. Calgary and Edmonton. Edmonton's minus a quarter. This Calgary team, I throw my hands up.
You know what? This is the type of game Calgary wins. Edmonton coming off good series against the Jets. Calgary sitting around. You know what? Calgary's actually, I would play Calgary. I don't like the game, but for people who like to bet every game, I would put Calgary on the ticket at plus 120 rather than Edmonton. I think it's a good dog price.
Fair enough. Dallas and Tampa. Tampa's $1.65, Total's 5.5. But, put it this way. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to lose 1 ounce of sleep whether or not they win the division.
Exactly.
Kucherov's going to be coming back. And they're like, okay, I don't care where we play, who we play, when we play them. And Dallas is in a dogfight. Dallas needs the
Dallas
game.
is the play. And
is it correlated? Is it Dallas in the under or Tampa in the over?
I don't know if it is correlated because I don't know what style Dallas is going to play. I don't think they want to get into a rec league game with the Tampa Bay, a beer league game, and try to win a 5-4 game. You're right. If Dallas wins, it's probably a 3-2 hockey game. The total's 5.5. I like Dallas. I like them on the puck line in those parlays at plus 1.5 to be safe. They played Tampa Bay very tough this year. Brian, I'm basically saying this. I'm looking at the card. I can make a case for every single underdog on this card except for Detroit, and that's it. I literally tonight, Brian, I might go and bet every single underdog on this card. I think the underdogs, if you play them all, take a look what we like Islanders, Jersey, all of them. Don't you like Buffalo's got a chance against Boston? The Florida I like as a favorite, Carolina. The rest I'm betting dogs, buddy. My whole kennel. Well, I told you I'm losing my mind these days. That's the next game too.
Well, Vancouver.
This is the game where everyone thinks Vancouver's done, and the Leafs play Toronto. This is the game. You bet Vancouver plus 1.5. Regulation, money line. This is the game. Toronto's going to roll these guys. They just beat Montreal, feeling great about themselves, clinched a playoff berth. This is the game. Vancouver comes back and beats Toronto.
I couldn't agree with you more. They beat him twice, coming off the long break. And they're right there with an opportunity, and they just vomit against Ottawa. But the crazy thing is they've plummeted to the bottom of the North Division. They're 10 points behind Montreal. But, Cam, they still have 5 games
Yes, they
hand.
do. They beat the Leafs twice. The only reason I wouldn't make this an exceptional bank loan play and really try to hit these guys hard like what we did with the Sabres when they were big dogs is the fact that they beat Toronto twice in Vancouver. But I don't think Toronto really cares. They're worried about, winning the division, getting in the playoffs. They just clinched a playoff spot.
But they won the division.
What?
But they've already won the division.
I know. They've clinched a playoff. Edmonton can technically catch them if they win every season. It's not happening. I know they've won the division. Give me Vancouver. We've made the case. The big dog is the play.
The defense rests.
Yes. Lionel Husk. Yeah. You never seen Pokemon?
What is that? Is that a Canadian lawyer?
It's on The Simpsons. Remember when Homer Simpson got sued for does this look like a man who had all he could eat and they bring in 7-8 garbage bags full of shells at the all you can eat seafood restaurant? Does this look like a man that said he was full?
Does.
That was the best. Anyway, I like underdogs. And in the next game, Brian, I told you one of my dogs is going to bite your leg because he's loose. St. Louis is a very dangerous dog right now. He needs his.
Well, you know who the happiest guy in hockey is right now. That's me.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I was going to say Bernie Federico, but
I 10 days ago I bet the Blues at 55 to 1.
That's why, Brian, you're
and I said they will be 20 to 1 in 10 days' time. I had seen 30 to 1 a couple of places. St. Louis comes back from the grave, wins. That's a game that just sets them off like a firecracker rally to beat Minnesota last night. I'm assuming today that the Blues' future plummets down into 20 to 1 today, and I got 55 to 1 10 days ago. And off that win, they got to be just riding high, baby, and I'm coming right back with St. Louis.
Me too. Great comeback win, down 3-1 in the third. They win in regulation on the Thomas goal. Give me St. Louis. You're giving me a 20-cent dog with a hot team like that. It's a no-brainer. Even if they lose, I still make that bet. You have to bet St. Louis in this spot. All
right, we go to Friday, and we got Winnipeg and Montreal. Well, Montreal's laying $1.20. Montreal.
I'm going to say this. I lean Montreal because Winnipeg looks like they're tanking. They just want to get through the regular season. Wheeler's hurt. They got problems. They need to get healthy before the playoffs. Montreal's the play, but
pressure on Montreal.
Montreal had pressure against the Leafs and they still lost. Like, pressure, no pressure, they're a bunch of clowns. But I will say this, Montreal against Winnipeg, it's a good spot for Montreal. They're not playing the Leafs, and Winnipeg's not playing good hockey right now. I'd lay a quarter with Montreal. I don't love it, but I would do that.
San Jose, Colorado. Colorado's laying 260, total 6. The division's not gone yet, but it's a long climb now. But Colorado plays nobody the rest of the way. Vegas gets a tough sledding now the rest of the way. But honestly, I there's a part of me. Here's the thing, Cam, and this is the buyer beware thing. Over is the play, absolutely. And you say, well, Colorado off the Vegas thing, they're going to kill these guys. You know what? There's a part of me saying Colorado is perfectly content. They never tell you this, and nobody's tanking. But Colorado, I think, is perfectly content playing Minnesota in the first round. Colorado owns Minnesota, right? And Colorado's sitting there going, yeah, we can win the division, but then we got to play red-hot St. Louis. I think Colorado's got to get healthy. And, here we go again with these guys with the injuries. I like the over, but St. Louis or San Jose, I wouldn't bet San Jose with monopoly money.
I would, but San Jose, because you're smarter than me. I think San Jose, actually, I would look at them in the over in this game. I could see a 5-4 type of game. And you said with Colorado, everyone and their mother's going to bet Colorado on a bounce back, just assuming they're going to blow out San Jose. San Jose, they are the hardest team in the league to get. Like, they gag, and then they just beat Arizona for 2 games to get back in the race. So they can still get like, I understand it's St. Louis, but they're not going to quit. They've been playing better. I'll take a shot with San Jose in the over. Maybe I'm nuts, but I actually think, I'll tell you, it's San Jose and the over. It's not Colorado. I'm not laying 250 with a team that could lay an egg that night. Pass or dog and over.
All right. LA and Anaheim. These are
LA. I took LA the other night.
Loser leaves the city.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a loser leaves town wrestling match. ALA. Thanks for nothing last night. 2-0 lead and you lose 3-2. You killed me financially. I hate you. I honestly, all those teams other than Vegas in that division and Colorado, they piss me off.
These
Actually,
are
St. Louis has been good. St. Louis has been good to us.
Buddy, don't overthink it. No, don't overthink it. What do we say? No.
Under.
No. What the hell's wrong with you?
Over, because these teams are out. Over now.
What do we say? We said when 2 teams are playing that are eliminated, they got a tea time in 10 days, and nobody wants to get hurt.
It's hard to bet the over with these teams. Every game goes under.
I get it, but
I know.
This is the one. It's a plus price, over 5.5.
Give me the Kings in the over. Next.
I would say this to you. Vegas is $2 at Arizona. There'll be a lot of Vegas fans there. But Vegas has won 10 in a row. Letdown spot. You beat Colorado. A winning streak's going to end at some point. And honestly, I think they're toast. But mathematically, it's still not. It's desperation time. Arizona is only 3 points behind St. Louis. This is Arizona's season. Yeah, I would say, a winning streak's got to end at some point, and Arizona is a desperate team. I would look at Arizona.
I agree with you 100% on our analogy. So what have we come from the last 2 nights? A lot of big dogs. And that's the thing that's happening in the NHL. It's hard to pull the trigger, but we're going to, Brian. I'm in. I think Arizona, sure, Vegas could beat them, and right when you think, what has been the theme too? Right when you think a team is done, they come back. San Jose, their history. They beat Arizona 2 straight. This other team, they're done. They come back. Nobody's dead. That's the thing. They just keep on coming back. That division, everybody, they don't know what to do. Other than St. Louis, no other team has been consistently battling. So, yeah, Arizona is the play for me.
And you know what? Let's go to Saturday and all the things that have worked for us all year long. I think you got to run to a degree and say that not only do the games change, but maybe your approach changes. And we're sitting there saying if Buffalo-Boston goes over in the first game, you would come back with the under. I'd say not so fast. I think Buffalo is eliminated, and it tends to they're scoring goals. Reinhardt's scoring goals. Olofsson's scoring goals. They're getting offense from the blue line. And there's not a lot of bad blood between them. Honestly, Boston doesn't want to get hurt for the playoffs. Buffalo doesn't want to get hurt because they got a vacation plan. I could see this game going over the top. Plus, it's the day game, Cam. We know the day games are stupid.
The day games, you almost blindly bet the over because that's just the way it seems to go. I'm with you, buddy. I that's the way I would lean right there. I'd look at Buffalo too. Buffalo plays those weird weekend games well. They beat Boston the last time. I'd look at Buffalo, especially if they lose that first game to Boston. Boston could be napping.
All right, Tampa, Sasquatch foot. They're going to be this one. These guys are going to be what 375 on the road.
Easy. And I told you Detroit beat them 5-1 on a weekend game a while ago. If Tampa Bay wants to play, this could be like 6-1 or whatever the other way if they decide to show up in this game.
Pending the result of the first game, especially if the Rangers are able to win the first game, then this is a must. But here's the thing. We're taping this, full disclosure, we're taping this Thursday. If the Islanders beat the Rangers on Thursday, I think the Rangers realize they're toast. If the Rangers win the game, this is a playoff game, and they ain't scoring any goals.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that, buddy. I agree 100% with what you're saying. If it's a playoff style game, I would take the under. Brian, I got another game for you that night. I don't care what Montreal does or whatever. I'm betting Ottawa with your money. Like I'll come over. Like I don't care. I don't care what the price is. Right.
I like that one. And you know what? And tell the folks, Cammy, you're up there. I've watched it my whole life, having lived in a border city. Yeah, they're out of it. But Ottawa-Montreal's a marquee hockey night in Canada deal.
It is.
Ottawa, I agree with you.
Ottawa beat these guys 4-0 when Montreal needed the game. Ottawa's hot. I would probably look at the over in this game too, because Ottawa's scoring goals all of a sudden. Like, that's the thing. I like the over and I like the dog. Give me Ottawa, and I'll tell you something. If the season started a month later, Ottawa would be in the playoffs. That first couple of weeks where they lost games by 8 goals to Vancouver and Edmonton, they were 0-9 versus Edmonton this year. If they found any way to even get a few points from these guys, they'd be in this thing. The Ottawa Senators are dangerous. Watch out, Montreal. Here they come.
Okay, and again, full apologies. It is what it is. This is not like there's nothing going on.
We're just picking games. Like, we don't have to pick every game. I like Ottawa.
No, I'm with you. I'm just saying, we got the NFL draft, we got the Derby, we got a gazillion things going on. But so here's the deal. Again, predicated on St. Louis rallies and wins a dramatic game against Minnesota. If they carry the momentum in and win the next one, like if they win again on Thursday, I would come back with Minnesota on Saturday. And on top of it, Cam, it's, it's the end of the 3-game thing. And St. Louis is like, I want to go home. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's all predicated on the result of Thursday.
I agree with that 100%. And I think St. Louis, they win that Thursday game, they're going to start to think, okay, we're the real deal. We'll just take care of business. Even if they lose one game, they understand the goal. They know they can do it. I'm with you, Brian.
And the L.A. Anaheim, again, eliminated guys. If put it this way, if Arizona does beat Vegas, Vegas smokes them on Saturday.
Oh, I agree 100%. Couldn't agree more. Yep.
And then we get Calgary, Edmonton.
Yeah, they're all the same type of games. I would look. I got to be honest with you. If Calgary beats Edmonton the first game, which I think they do, I'd probably come back to Edmonton. Vegas, we talked about with. I don't trust Calgary putting good performances together. Edmonton will figure it, but Calgary has played Edmonton very tough. They beat them 5-0 recently as well. As we mentioned,
I got one for you. One for you.
What, Kings and Ducks?
Ding, 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 ding. Got one for you. Okay. No. Dallas, Nashville.
Dallas, Nashville.
Under. Keep digging. It's a playoff game.
It is under. I like a 2-1 game for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. No light the lamps there.
No. I like actually, I'd in an under game, I'd probably lean to Dallas, but I'd like the under. We don't have to bet both. Under.
That was easy.
Yep.
All right. And then Sunday, we only get one game, my friend, Tampa and Detroit.
Oh, boy.
Hold it now here. Let's have some fun.
Over.
All right. You play the over. It's an afternoon game.
I'm seeing goaltenders expected, even though it's very ahead of the game. If it's a McElhaney Rice,
it's you against Vasilevsky.
I don't even think it matters. Just take the over in these day games. Tampa Bay might get 5 or 6 themselves, right? It depends. And Detroit's actually they'll battle. They play well in these type of weird games.
Yeah, I think there you go. Sunday afternoon game, only game. How odd is that?
Yeah, I don't know what these guys do. Yeah, hey guys, why don't you just take a couple out of the Saturday card and put them on Sunday? Like,
what? No, you got one. Why don't you want to catch up? Why don't you just have Vancouver play a triple header on Sunday?
Good point. Like, why isn't Vancouver playing on Sunday? It's like we got an extra week at the end of the season. Oh no, we'll give them some rest. You guys are too much, man. Anyway, You're right. Why isn't Vancouver playing on Sunday?
I swear, we did put a man on the moon, didn't we?
Yeah. I think that's debatable. A cell phone can't work that clean.
Do you think
I can't even get reception in an elevator. It's only one small step. It's so crystal. Come on, Brian. We could barely talk to each other. You're in Vegas. You think you're going to get moon coverage like that? Give me a break.
Do you think the moon's made of cheese?
I wish it was, because I'd go up there and eat it.
Yancey's
blue
fancy.
Cheese. Yeah, if there's some wings and blue cheese, I'll go live on the moon.
Yancey's fancy.
Hi, I'm Mike Robitaille for Yancey's Fancies, the best cheese in Buffalo. I love that guy.
Best cheese on the moon.
Yeah,
all right.
Yep.
Well, there you go, man. There's the weekend edition of the Hockey Betting Podcast. Go to the site, thehockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click on the links. We've got introductory offers at a number of fine establishments. And hey, bud, we are turning the corner for home.
We are.
We're down to the last, other than Vancouver, all jokes aside, who's not done to the 19th. I mean, the majority of these teams are done the 10th, the 12th. So it's the final week of the regular season, basically.
2 weeks, yeah. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
All right, buddy. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Brian. I'm not going to give you that's me eating the moon.
Well, but I do need you to wrap this up. Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Check out the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. We got a number of books that have joined up with us and have incredible sign-up offers for you to play hockey with that first deposit. Get on board. Go to the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click the link, sign up, jump in, have some fun with us.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.